The top 10 wrestlers that should win the world title for the first time in 2023. What's going on, everyone? This is Brandon Vaughn. This is the Super Kick. This is my list for the top 10 wrestlers that should win gold for the very first time in 2023. My list, if you don't like it, please berate me in the comments. Trust me, I love to interact with you guys, so please tell me how wrong I am down there. Let's start this list off with number 10. That is Chad Gable. Chad Gable is not gonna lie, from the heart pick. I love Chad Gable. Guy has competed in the Olympics for his country, more than deserves to be world champion, although I don't know if it will ever happen. If we're up to me, he probably should have been world champion material 3-4 years ago. I think the guy definitely has all the makings. Maybe a little bit small, but who cares? That hasn't stopped anybody in the past. Number 9 on this list is Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston main evented Full Gear 2020 against Jon Moxley for the world title, so he does have that experience. The time is running out on the clock a little bit for Eddie Kingston. He is a guy that I think is extremely talented. Sky, honestly, probably is the limit for him. Guy has so much talent, just needs to refine that a little bit, maybe work on his body a little bit more in 2023, and then he will be world champion. And a guy who has a great body. Logan Paul, arguably the Rookie of the Year in 2022 for all of professional wrestling. Logan Paul is a guy who has so much talent and has a genuine connection with the audience and an outside audience. Will he win the world title for the first time in 2022? Let me know your thoughts on that. It might tick some people off that I included him, but he is more than deserving to be included on this list. Number 7 is going to be absolute Ricky Starks, a guy who is popular, although more so popular with the wrestling audience. The non-wrestling audience probably doesn't know who he is. Nonetheless, though, he is a super talented guy. Guy has so much potential. Former FTW champion, challenged MJF for the world title already, unsuccessfully though, but does have that experience. And I hope 2023 is a big year for Ricky Starks. Number 6 is Darby Allen. Darby Allen is a guy that I thought would be world champion before this time. They have not pulled the trigger on him, though. I hope they do pull the trigger on him. He's the current AEW TNT champion. He wrestled CM Punk in his return. Guy has so much talent. I'd love to see a singles match with him and Sting, although I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know if that's possible, but I would love to see it. Let's move on to number 5, and this might be a bit premature, but I don't care. Brownbreaker is a guy that they could fast track to the main roster, just like they did with Sheamus, and not just the main roster, but the main event scene. If they were to put him in the main event scene immediately, would anybody balk at that? I wouldn't. Brownbreaker is a guy that has so much talent. He is young, he's got a look, he's got a pedigree for this business, and he has so much potential. So world champion maybe in 2023. Number 4 is a guy who also has a ton of potential. He definitely has the look, but they kind of fumbled the bag a little bit. Wardlow is a guy who is extremely talented. He has a great look, he's good in the ring, he can cut a decent enough promo, and he's genuinely popular with the audience. Why isn't he in the main event scene? I don't know. I think that is a guy that could make a ton of money for himself and for that company. Number 3 is a guy who just returned to AEW, and we as the fans are so happy to see him back. Adam Cole, baby, former WWE NXT champion, has never won the world title, though, and I'm not counting the ROH world title as a world title in this. I know AEW is, but I'm not. I'm counting the big ones in this. So Adam Cole, number 3 on my list. And let's move on to number 2, a guy who has won the NWA World Champion before, and I believe the ROH World Championship. Cody Rhodes, 3-time AEW TNT champion, had the match of 2022 against Seth Rollins with a torn pec. The guy is super talented, came back to WWE last year with a lot of buzz behind him, and I think this is the year that Cody Rhodes really does break through and become a legitimate main eventer. And number 1, I think Sami Zayn, baby. Sami Zayn has done so well since aligning himself with the Bloodline. Sami Zayn's a former NXT champion, 3-time Intercontinental champion, and the guy adds such a presence to whenever he's in. Any type of content he's in, he just has a presence. The guy's awesome. I think he's number 1. Should have been world champion long ago, but hopefully 2023 is the year they pull the trigger. What do you think about my list? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Do you think there should be some guys included in this that I didn't include in this? Do you think I should have counted the ROH World Championship as a World Championship? Because I don't. I just don't count that in here. WWE wouldn't. I'm not. But this is my list. Let me know your thoughts on this. Thank you so much for watching.